I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Looks like we're on.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they came.
All right. Okay, welcome to our March 25th meeting. First appointment, Josh Fuller, Conservation Commission. Josh is looking for the board's support. Commission purchase of a parcel on Route 16 adjusted to the town wastewater facility. That's that new for sale sign that's on Route 16 there?
Yes, that's correct. There's actually two of them over there right now.
Yeah.
There's two parcels that he's selling. The other one's a smaller parcel, it's 13 acres. But the price wasn't something that we would willing to purchase it for. We tried to get a lower price on this one and tried to purchase them both, but it just we're not there yet. The number did go down a little bit, but we're still negotiating, of course.
That's okay.
So I have a little file here. I'll email it to Tony. I apologize I didn't print these out to give to you, and I'll just give you a little breakdown of the property. But it has the survey map on there, the overview map, satellite view, and tax card as well. So here it is. The land use is 1F residential, res I guess, is it's zoned for agricultural. The land site's vacant. And just a little brief history. The Conservation Commission would like to purchase this parcel to help protect our natural resources and protect our rural areas from overdevelopment as well, as that is a scenic way on the highway, as well as protecting our aquifer. The purchase also helps us create a wildlife corridor from Union Meadows, hopefully in the end extending to Ossipee on the left side of that Route 16 right there. There's been a lot of land put in conservation, and we've been contacted as well as some other property that they want to put into conservation in that area, near the Lavender property. The current valuation of the land, we don't believe reflects the true value of that land. And to protect our natural resources is priceless. Oh, sorry about that, guys.
So just curious, when conservation buys land, does that come out of taxpayers, or is that money
So-
that you have set aside?
So I'll get into that as well.
okay.
So per RSA 36A is what basically that fund is all about. And I have that included in here as well, and I can get into that. We looked to purchase the property for $130,000, that's what he's asking. We tried to get lower on that. He wasn't trying to do it, but still at that price. There was 20 acres going for sale. I think it was the old Takers property up there in 16 for about $120,000 not too long ago.
Yeah.
So
Did that sell for that?
I don't know, but the for sale sign came down.
Yeah, I
And
noticed that the
I
sales
don't know
sign
if he owns it anymore. According to him, he does not. So, out of that, so we will be working with MMRG on the purchase as a collaborative project. We would purchase the property. MMRG, their involvement they would purchase the easement rights, giving them the monitoring responsibilities. At a conservation value is what they'll reimburse us. So that value could be, maybe $50,000 or something like that, $40,000 to $50,000 that we would get back.
So you'd be able to put that back into your fund?
Exactly, into our Fund 3. Wakefield Conservation Commission would be the grantor. The town would be the ownership of the property after the MMRG easement sale. So we're gonna work with them to write the deed so that we have access for everything that we need, basically, and they're okay with that. As long as they can have the monitoring responsibilities, which would make sense anyways. Because we don't want to be monitoring every property that we have in town.
What do they monitor for?
They just go on, basically, they're monitoring for the use of it. So to see what we're doing out there, as long as we're staying to the deed. So if something isn't in current use, then they would go out there, and if somebody was using the property, then that would be a violation. Basically, when you monitor a property, it's a tax benefit.
But we're not using it other than just keeping it natural, right? For just preserving it.
I'll get into that too,
Okay,
real quick
go ahead.
into that, yeah. So, So yeah, so that would be their involvement. MMRG and Wakefield Conservation will work together to create the deed, which will grant the town of Wakefield access for a pump house in the future. For if that was ever required, you need 400 square feet to put that, and we believe that it meets the setbacks that you'd be able to put that in there, because this does extend over the Branch River on the aquifer.
So a pump house for
The
fire
water,
protection?
the water
For
department is
water
in
department.
favor of this purchase too. And it connects with the, you know, the land that goes down to the wastewater.
Wastewater.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't, I think it's a great thing, I'm just trying to, just make sure that, my biggest thing is, you know, we don't have to ask for the money. You have the money, and you're gonna get to that.
Exactly,
You
yes.
got about double that money, right?
We have almost triple that money. So, yeah, we're not going out and saying, hey, the money's already there.
No,
So.
I'll let you finish, go ahead.
So, yeah, so we would write that into the deed, and I've been looking at ways that could directly benefit the taxpayers if they were to draw money, basically, right? If they were to draw water out of that aquifer, because that is Wakefield, the town of Wakefield's natural resources, and they should reap the benefits if anything's pulled out of that well. As far as if there was an aquifer here in town, I would think that the Wakefield residents should directly benefit from that, almost like a royalties or something that went to, but I don't know how that works, and we've been looking into seeing how that does work, if that's something that we could even do, because the water department is a separate entity from the town, from what I understand.
It is.
So, and that would, it's something like $130,000 a year that it would bring in from one pump, from one well, I think, when I looked at the numbers, so that's an opportunity. Also, the property currently has $20,000 in harvestable wood as well, which the current owner decided not to harvest. He was gonna do a harvest and he decided not to, and he left it for the Wakefield CC to potentially do a harvest, so we just leave it natural. But again, it gets into another thing that the Conservation Commission is trying to do, which we're trying to hire a county forester, so that we have other properties that need to be harvested as well. So it might be potentially, we might have multiple properties that might justify a forester. So we have met with the county forester, we had them come to meetings and everything, so this is another thing that they would help us with as well, so we get the benefit
Yeah,
of two
now,
separate.
with Moose Mountain being, you know, the holder of the easement,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't they be involved with that harvest too, though, right?
They will not be. We've already talked to them about that, to get put onto the deed.
They're
We could
okay- they're
harvest
okay
in
with
there.
that.
We could do a harvest every 30 years, we can get the aquifer, we can get the pump house put in there. They're all open for it. The only thing that they want is the monitoring responsibility. So basically, if we say a 400 square foot area could be designated for
Mm-hmm.
a pump house, then if it's bigger than that, we'll be in violation. And they'll be the ones to monitor it,
Mm-hmm.
to tell us if we are or not.
The conservation,
The
Committee of something.
MMRG.
Okay.
Moose
there-
Mountain
as a
Regional
land
Greenway.
Oh,
stewardess,
okay.
would monitor the property to ensure that we're doing what is said on the deed.
what you're buying it, with the agreement that you're buying it for.
Exactly, and we're gonna work with them to create the deed to ensure that this goes like that.
Okay.
The property management plan, they'll create that, correct?
No, they'll just do the monitoring and file the
Okay,
reports.
all right, good.
That's what we've come to understand. We had them come to,
Cool.
yeah, so we
Did
had them come.
you happen to find
What's that?
that property management plan that we have?
No, I did not. I'm gonna buy 2 file cabinets and just go through all the files and,
Okay.
and store them correctly, because that's what needs to be done. I mean, that thing is just, I don't even know if we could fit any more files in there. They're starting to build up on top of it, so. And we have approved that money as the Conservation Commission. So he left that for us. So per RSA 36A4, we would look to be the grantor of the properties and have it restricted as conservation, clearly. And that 36A4 just spells out the different kind of ways that we can use the funds. Also in there, I don't know if you guys knew this, and I didn't know this, and people told me we couldn't do this, but we can actually purchase land outside of this municipality. So if it's outside of the town of Wakefield, the Conservation Commission can try to purchase that property. We had looked at a property in Middleton, so that we could have some kind of said interest into the old scrapyard that's over there that feeds into the branch. reservoir. But I was told at the time that we were unable to purchase property in other towns, so we didn't pursue that, which now I know that we can, and this RSA clearly states that out. So maybe in the future, we'll get into something with MMRG or something like that, but, and I have that RSA, I can send, I'm gonna email it to Tony, and she can send that out to you guys as well. When it's all said and done, the conservation would have purchased, so the current assessed value is $46,700, I believe. I can tell you right now. And so, obviously, that value doesn't reflect what we're purchasing the property for, which I don't think a lot of, and some people might disagree with me, but I think assessed values and market values are a lot different.
Oh, absolutely.
They're a lot different from each other. Some stuff could be assessed at 200,000 and sells for $750,000. So it doesn't represent the true value. So yeah, the assessed value is $46,700 right now for that property.
Well, the true value is locking that piece of land up for
Exactly.
taking the development rights away
It's-
from it,
It's priceless to us as a town. I think it's priceless. So
considering the aquifer that's underneath that too.
yeah, so all said and done, when we get the reimbursement, if we were to do a harvest in there, we're basically coming out of our fund, after all said and done, is basically that value, is about $50,000 that will be expended from that fund. So I mean, I think that's a pretty good, I think that works out pretty well. And yeah, that's, you guys have any
Just for
questions?
the people watching, when you say out of the fund, that's a fund that the taxpayers didn't come out of taxation.
That is correct. It did not come out of taxation. We are funded by, when you take your land out of current use, or you take it and you put it into no use, we get that 100% of that land change use tax. So basically, you guys go, when you pay that fee, we get 100% of that. That funds our Fund 3. Our budgets are funded off of interest off of that account, not even off of the tax money. We do ask the town for some money for our budget, which is very minimal, because like I said, we're almost to the point that we could self-fund. This land currently is not in use, so we would have to put it into current use, and I'm not sure yet what that cost is to take it out of, because it's not in use now, because the tax on it is only $400 a year, is I think what we came up with.
Yeah.
It's about $400 a year, so that's all we're taking off the tax map. I thought it was.
Would you even have to put it in current use, if it's gonna go into conservation?
Yeah, that's where I'm not sure yet. We'd have to look at it, because say we were going in there to do a harvest, then I think that justifies, I'm not sure about the technicality of that.
Yeah, we could run
Yeah.
that by the attorney, because I think if you're going right into conservation,
Which is stronger than current use.
yeah.
That's okay.
That would just be a waste of your time.
Yeah, I was trying to look at, and it looks like Union Meadows is kind of the same situation, and we kind of like the roles, and our role being basically the same as Union Meadows.
Right.
Where, the conservation is the grantor of that. We can make some decisions and everything like that.
So I checked with that, because I know you mentioned that to me earlier in the week, and I checked with the attorney on that, and the town will still own it, and then you are the stewards or managers of that. So you're talking about another level down where you would almost like sublease it to Moose Mountain?
The easement, yes.
The easement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the monitoring, just like
Yeah.
they would be just like a CELT or something like that, basically, what CELT does.
Okay.
Do we have to pay them to do that monitoring?
No, we do not.
And you're buying it from Moose?
No,
No.
It's a private sale?
we're buying it from a private sale.
So how do they get involved? Is that just because of their organization?
We're trying
They,
to.
they try to lock, they have a certain corridor that they're trying to lock up.
For conservation?
Yes.
Oh, so it's a separate conservation, like we're Wakefield Conservation and they're Moose Mountain
Oh, yeah,
Conservation?
oh, yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
And so we're trying, if you remember, they purchased 200 acres up off of Level Lake. We gave them a letter of recommendation for that, 2 years ago, I think it was?
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so, and we got access, alls we did was get access, and we gave them $10,000. So now on this one, now we've come back and said, hey, okay, we're going to purchase this property, would you like to be involved? And so now they've paid us for the easement rights, so.
That's cool.
So,
Okay, so it's kind of a
So we're
team
trying
effort.
to, exactly, and not only that, but, a while ago, you guys came to us about a property over here, and we're still looking into that. And I'm trying to look into that with MMRG and ALWA, so that we can go after grant money for that, and we don't have to expend our fund to purchase it, because if it is on some kind of, whatever, I don't wanna say, but, if there is any kind of issues with it, we don't wanna, we can get that grant money. And there's ways to do it, and we've linked up one of our conservation members with MMRG to work on that process. So we haven't forgotten about that one, and we're still pursuing it. It's just that this one is
This
great.
is what the Conservation Commission's supposed to be doing, you know,
Yeah,
finding
I think it
properties
sounds
that.
like a great
yeah,
idea.
Yeah, it is.
I don't have a,
I can't foresee, you know, ever developing that, you know, if that got developed, it would be,
well, I've actually, to be honest with you, I've heard a few rumors of some of others were looking at to buy it.
right.
So, by you getting it before,
Well, they've had 133 inquiries.
yeah, I know a
And-
couple.
Yes, and I know he's reached out to some people here in town at first to see if they would purchase it.
Yeah.
And then, so I think, I spoke to them and I almost begged them to just stay, please work with us. And then when I found out he wasn't gonna do the harvest and leave that up to us, and so we have a purchase and sale agreement being written up by the lawyer, because I went ahead and did this before the meeting, and we could always cancel it. Well, obviously, we're gonna have to pay for the purchase and sale agreement, if you guys were to not be in favor of it. We did put this in the newspaper for a public hearing for April 6th as well, because we could have canceled it if this didn't work out.
No,
I'm in favor of it.
So I checked into that as well, Josh, and Charlie's holding the PNS right there. And the board, it was written so I can sign off on it. If the board instructs me, I can sign it. We can have, because it's not a fully executed purchase and sale. So it'll be signed, so you can at least tell the seller that, you know, after the hearing, you could deliver that.
Okay, so I can't deliver that before the hearing?
I wouldn't recommend it. no.
Okay.
Or I could just wait and sign it till after the hearing, but
All right.
you don't want to do anything that makes it look like you've done something without the people having input.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's
But
how,
I
that's,
think right now, you've got the board support, so.
Right, so it'll be reflected in the
Daniel can
minutes.
sign Whatever,
Yep,
and then like you said, you probably ought to better wait for the public hearing at least, and then I don't think you're gonna have an issue. I mean,
that's right
it's-
around the corner anyway, April 6th, so.
Yeah, I was just getting nervous. I didn't want him to sell the property. That's why I wanted to have the purchase and sale agreement. That way we had some kind
And I
of, something
think
contingent.
if he sounds like a normal human being, that he would understand that it might take just an extra couple of weeks, but I think you're gonna be just fine, so good job.
is it the board's wish that I hold off until the 6th after the hearing to sign it, or, I guess it doesn't matter if I sign it tonight or
Doesn't
not, I
matter.
can't.
He can't,
Won't go anywhere.
he won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So, I think if he knows he's got it, he can explain it to the seller, and hopefully the seller thinks it's a good proposition for him, the town to have it more than somebody else.
Yeah. Yep, but the minutes will reflect that the board was in favor, so
Okay.
you'll have that.
Great.
Good job, Josh.
Yeah,
You
thanks.
guys want to deal with any other conservation stuff?
I don't know
No,
any,
you-
that's
no,
Mark's
you come up.
department.
In a little bit, you're coming up for some stuff, but heavy.
Good job, thanks.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Public comment. Go ahead, Ralph.
So, with Moose Mountain Regional Greenways, one of the things you wanna make sure, with the pump house or the well head, make sure you map out an access to it as well, not just 400 square feet, because you're gonna need access. And if you keep that into conservation, they may squeak about it being in, encroached upon. So wherever that wellhead may end up being, you're gonna wanna map out an access road for it.
Do we have an idea where that's, I mean, do you got somebody looking into
Yes.
where it would be
Yes.
the best place to put
Yeah,
that?
Peter's gone by there a bunch of times already, and I asked him to go in there and just kind of see where he would.
Okay.
Make sure that we met the 75-foot setback from the highway.
Okay,
So a couple of things they monitor for, Charlie, is little shacks, bunch of trash, beer cans, trash bags, things like that. I hope that I think it's a good thing what they're doing, what you guys are supporting. I think it's a great idea. Hopefully, we can maintain canoeing and fishing in there, because I don't want to tell too many people, but would like
But
you'll
conservation land entitles people to be able to use that, cause it's public
Open
land,
to the public.
know.
open to the public.
It should.
Yeah. No,
Absolutely.
and it's not, MMRG is solely just to monitor.
Okay,
And I'm
Yeah, it's
not
kinda
sure-
like the Level Lake property, they, you
Exactly.
know, we got all that
Yeah.
squared away with the.
Yep.
go ahead, Ralph.
And I'm not sure if the forest, if it gets harvested, I'm not sure if that money can be back into the land use change tax, that fund, or if it has to go into the other fund that's conservation oriented, area. Because I think the Fund 3 is just for land
It
use
is.
change tax.
It is.
So you might not be able to sell the timber and put that money into that. I mean, it'd be nice if you can reimburse it.
Well, if that money comes back and it's able to go to the taxpayers of the town, then, I mean, either way, it's a
But-
win-win.
And, you know,
Sorry.
that's a nice thought, but if it goes into the other fund, then you have more interest building on other conservation-oriented projects,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, trail enhancement and stuff like that.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome. All right, unfinished business?
None.
New business, road change, Wyman View Road, Mayberry is to, instead of Wyman View, and I believe that's due to the fact that Wyman Point gets, confused when you're looking it up, so they're changing it to, it says here Mayberry Terrace.
Correct.
We have an email regarding the change to the private road name.
You do, but that has been, Larissa emailed me this morning and said that should be taken off the table for tonight.
Oh, okay. All right.
A driving
I don't think
force
it's- I mean,
is not available, so.
I don't care about a road change, people wanna change the name of the road, that's fine with me, so.
So that one will be on next
It-
meeting?
Larissa will tell us
Okay.
when to
Okay.
Okay.
ask us.
Thank you.
So, next in new business, we got MS 232. Review approval so that we may submit to DRA documents confirming the voters' approval of the 2026 budget.
Yeah, that's all it is, Mr. Chairman, is now that the voting is done and the numbers are in, this is just the
This is to
numbers.
send it.
Yeah, and they match what we had sent before the voters.
Okay?
All right. We don't need a motion on that, we're just signing it.
Okay. We got nothing in new
Yeah,
business?
we have one capital reserve, which is your next one that you were going
Okay.
to.
We got capital reserve,
You're not gonna find it in there, sir.
Yeah,
okay?
it's right here. I'll just read it to you real briefly. It's the transfer station. We have the discussion of the gate getting fixed. Company doing the gate needs half down, which comes to $7,600.
That's all been approved by the town?
Yes.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the gate down payment?
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Pass. That's the only one we got? Mr.
That is the only
Scala?
one, yes, thank you.
Correspondence,
None, sir.
unscheduled matters, wanna make a comment? Nothing? No. Okay. Forever hold your peace. No. Alright,
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I guess so.
What?
How about the state roads here, Route 153? How do you get the state to do something about fixing the road? I mean, it was worse this year than the Class 6 road.
Call the state,
Yeah.
cause we can't make them do nothing.
When's that, I can't remember when the last time they
Tara.
surfaced that. That
It was, I'd say we're pushing about 10 years, so I wouldn't be
Is it 10
surprised, cause I wouldn't be surprised that that's part of 153, when I went to that meeting, that was on the agenda, some little part of 153, so that may be something that's coming, whether it got cut in the last 6 months, I'm not sure, cause some things did get cut. And I almost think Wakefield was one of them, to be honest with you.
Not to pass the ball, but that's a simple call to Counselor Kenny, or maybe even go see Lino or something.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, when it comes to the state, because we've been trying to get a street light up, and we've been trying to get a flashing yellow. Did you see my email?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, it's just, dealing with the state's very difficult.
You know, you bring up the flash and yellow, I gotta make a comment here, because I was coming back from Center Ossipee, and I decided to take the Wolfboro route there.
Sure.
Instead of going down 171.
And you got a flash in yellow.
I saw two flashing
Yeah.
yellows, and guess where they were? Right outside.
Where?
The big money developments.
Different
there.
developments,
Yeah.
right.
So,
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how much cash you got in your pocket.
Yeah, I
You're gonna
noticed that too, and I thought about that
Yeah.
as well, because I saw them not too long ago.
Right.
And they were very visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And made you, just made you think, made me think
Well,
about
that-
them.
That's my next question. When you came upon it, Mark, what did you do? You said, "Oh, caution," right?
Yeah.
It was in your head like I should slow
I was
down.
looking for the intersection.
Exactly. All right now.
All right, town administrator update.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, sir.
Chairman. The update tonight is just a lot of, I mean, it is what it's titled, update. There's a lot of updates I'll be giving you here. I'd like to start out with an update with Clearview TV. I'm sure Mr. Duffy will speak to this in a moment, but Clearview has finished their app, which can be downloaded directly to your smart TV. It cannot be downloaded to your smartphone. I tried, it's not there.
You got, can I back up on
Yeah.
that again? It depends on what smart TV you have.
Okay.
And you'd have to probably get one of those sticks if it's not one of the,
Right.
because my TV's a Sony, and it's a smart TV with Google,
Yeah.
and it doesn't come up on the Google apps.
Well, that's a good point. It looks like it's Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
Right.
Fire stick and.
So if you got a Fire Stick, Roku, or if you got one of those Apple TVs, some of the TVs, the smart TVs are, right out of the box, Roku.
Roku, right. Okay.
So I'll have to watch the meetings in the bedroom. 'cause it's-
Another option is clearviewtv.org. And once again, it's just what it sounds like, clearviewtv.org for a download right onto your computer. These are direct feeds to your devices. This, however, does not solve our problem on how much bandwidth we are getting into the town hall. This is an upgrade issue, and we are scheduled to have a Fidium representative come to the board. We're doing that when Mr. Daniels is back, so the entire board can see the presentation. Been keeping Mark involved in a lot of this back and forth with Spectrum, because the question came up, aren't we supposed to get some stuff for free and all that? So with your permission, I've been just kind of filling in Mark on that.
He would know better.
As you both know, part of my goals for this year is learn more about the inner workings of the fire department, police department, DPW, and transfer station. I did my first ride-along with the fire department, and they were very gracious to have me along and explain the systems and procedures they used during their calls. The 2 calls that I went on were very informative. I look forward to working with the PD and the DPW in the coming weeks to learn more about their departments. The fire department, all our departments are just so professional, so very proud of them. I also had my first meeting of what I expect to be a monthly meeting with the Superintendent Donna Magoon of the school, SAU. This was a very productive meeting where we are both looking at where we can make the relationship between the school and the town smoother and more transparent. And one of the ideas that she came up with is sometime this year having possibly a joint meeting between the school board and the Board of Selectmen, one location. More details on that when we start planning ahead. Just a heads up on some things that we have coming down the road. We will have some presentations from Fidium, as I mentioned, and I assume Spectrum will want to speak to the board as well. We have a requested site walk on Pond Road. Some property owners on that road have asked me to present this to the board, and with a walk of a certain section citing some erosion. They would also like to involve AWA on this walk. We also have an ongoing neighbor dispute that will be heading to court next week. I'll keep the names out of it, but you're all informed of, you kind of know what's going on. And as that gets resolved, hopefully I'll individually contact each one of you and kind of give you an update, because we don't have a meeting between then and now. So and that's my report, sir.
Okay, all right, with that, do we have any building permit releases?
No, sir. Thought we did, it got pulled.
Okay, treasurer's report, we've seen that, that's all good. We probably wait till Tom gets back to change anything of the board on the memberships, Mr. Duffy?
The memberships
I-
on the agenda are for committees. They're
Yeah,
not for
we
you
can't
guys.
really kick the can on this. We gotta, We gotta get
These are
that.
appointments, Charlie.
Oh, these are appointments. Oh, I'm
appointments that
sorry.
you do.
I
Yep.
thought this was,
Yeah, we gotta get that.
Not your, no,
Oh, okay.
And,
So-
and just bear with us, because you have a stack, and Tony's now handing me the
we have,
actual
we have a
stack.
bigger stack.
Okay, no, I don't have a problem doing
Okay.
these. All right, so let me start right now with, we got Alan Flood,
Correct.
and this is for the Conservation Committee as a full member. Can I get a motion to accept him?
So move.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, congratulations, Mr. Flood.
See how easy that was?
Oh, that's you?
You didn't remember me from a year ago.
Wow, congratulations.
I remember you,
Aboard.
Mr. Flood, and I lowered the flag.
Well, I got your attention.
Okay.
I bought a bunch of these because I don't see anybody celebrating it at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With the pins for the.
Because we're older than America, that's why.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
That's
wonderful.
great, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
much. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Pin for my
And
collection.
on my suit.
Somebody call that accepting lobbying.
It's
You
under
didn't have
the-
to bribe us, you know.
Oh,
You waited to after.
I'm
till
trying to
after.
find one
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
women's that got a regular pin on it.
Yeah,
Those pins.
I'm glad you waited
These
to
are
after we
for
said
hats,
yes.
for sticking them on the hats or on a coat or
Good for
something
you.
have Or a lapel for a suit, but.
Okay, we have another commission, Conservation Commission, alternate, Sue Duchesne?
Dushan.
Can I get the board's recommending her?
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chair.
All right, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now, Mr. Chairman, I have another one that you don't have access to.
Okay.
I'll give it to Mr. Duffy, and he can read it.
This is for Josh D. Fuller for another term on the Conservation Commission.
Oh, I got issues with that one.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that with on it. No, very good.
Mr. Chairman, I have one more for conservation, which I'll
All in
hand to.
favor?
I'm
Aye.
sorry.
Aye, good.
But then I'll hand to Mr. Duffy as well.
This one, I was a little bit worried about at first at the meeting, but he conceded to do another term. Rick Worm, and he has been doing a fabulous job. I will make a motion to accept his.
I will accept your motion with a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect.
All right.
Would you like me to continue, Mr. Chair?
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
I'll hand this to Mr. Duffy.
What's that?
Nothing on the timber RFP, right?
No, I'm gonna bring that up in mine,
Okay.
if you wanna hang out, yeah. All right, we have, Fire Chief Todd Nason. I will make that motion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A second with honors.
You don't have to second it. I made the motion. Oh, yeah, you have to second. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you got me.
All in
You're
favor?
used to having the third selectman here.
All in
Aye.
favor? Aye. What else you got?
Oh, right here, sorry. There you go.
All right, this is Deputy Fire Chief. This would be Rhodes Haskell Jr. I'll make that motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh, Rhodey, I don't see him too often anymore. He's still around.
Yep.
For him.
All right. Member for the Heritage Commission. This is a complete term, and it's Ann Gehring. I will make that motion also.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we're on to Parks and Rec.
All right. These are full members, correct?
Yes.
Okay. This is a member, Ed Ball, and he's an alternate for the Parks and Rec.
That's alternate, yeah. My next one's an alternate as well.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations, Mr. Ball. We got Mr. Myers.
That's an alternate.
And this is John Myers as an alternate to the Parks and Rec Commission.
Very
I will
good.
make that motion.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations, Mr. Myers.
This also is an alternate.
And we have another alternate for the Parks and Recreation. It's Ashley Fothergill. And I'll make that motion.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
This is
I can see
a,
why we couldn't pass these up.
this is a full member.
And this is a full member to the zoning board, gentleman, John Crowell.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll
take
make
m-
that motion.
Yep, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Glad to see him still staying on.
Yeah.
Last one comes with just a little bit of history that I wanted to let the people at home know about. We have a vacancy because Mr. Daniels had to step off the trustee of the trust fund. There's a specific RSA, even though trustees are elected officials, the RSA is 669:73, trustee of the trust fund. Vacancies in this office of the trustee of the trust fund shall be filled by appointment made by the Board of Selectmen for a remainder of the unexpired term. So we had a formal request come in from the chair of the trustees asking that Mr. Dennis Miller be placed back on, he was a former member, back on to complete Mr. Tom Daniels' term, and that's what you have before you tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Yep,
I'll make that motion.
and I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, Mr. Miller.
Signatures get a little squirrely there, huh?
That's all I have, sir.
Great. I can see why we had to do that, because that would have been a lot to do another day. All right, with that said, I got the payment manifest. I have a treasurer's warrant for $1,357,529.15. Ashes, I'd like to give that. Wow,
That is a school board payment,
that must be school, yeah.
and we're on time, which I like.
Can I get a motion to carry that?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
I have a treasurer's payroll payment of $133,116.74. Can I get a motion to carry that?
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Okay, with that said, we have some minutes. I have March 11th, 2026. Minutes, which we were all here. Can I get a motion to carry those?
So moved.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. I have some,
Non-public.
I have public, non-public draft 1, draft 2, draft 3, public minute, non-public minutes for March 11th. Can I get a motion to carry those?
I'll make a motion on all three, Mr. Chair.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So carried. So with that said, Mr. Duffy, do you have anything you want to talk about with your liaison reports?
Yeah, I do. Met with the water department, and we got that all squared away. They have to have their public hearing. What was the date on that? I forget. Write that down.
Oh, I don't have that.
Should have written it down. But anyway, everything went well with that. Josh, you remember what the public hearing was on that for the water department? Is that,
Their budget,
yeah,
how much it was?
no, when, well, I'm pretty sure they have to have a public hearing on it, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go look on the thing out here? It's out, it's posted out there.
Yeah, if you don't mind. I'll move on to something else while we're doing that. Couple thoughts, Charlie. I was thinking, like we were saying, talking to Dino, and I don't know if he's investigated this yet, but a lot of the issues that we're having with Clearview is the feed for the going out to the internet, and their bandwidth kind of drops off considerably at times. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with, like, we're all tied into this building, right? My suggestion, because they do have franchise fees and they have an account, I would like to see, and I don't know if you checked into this yet, a direct line just to them. It's their line, they pay for it, and it goes out that way. Just an idea, because I think if they have their own line, their own direct feed, it doesn't get clouded up with everything else. And it might, Infidium might be able to provide that too. We haven't talked to them yet, but I think it should be separate from the town, because, you know, we give them there's a space to operate in this building. And we're paying pretty high prices for internet. And what was the cost to bring it up to 100 meg if we were gonna bring it?
It was an additional 680 a month.
That's a lot of dough.
So they would be paying for that?
Well, if
Well,
it was
it could
one
be
single,
lower.
one single
Right.
feed, it would be a heck of a lot lower.
Oh, it wouldn't be 600.
No. So that's what we're gonna be looking into. And I just wanna bring you up to date with that, cause, you know, we can't make any decisions alone, so.
No, I understand, and I'm with you. I mean, you pay attention to that, and that's,
I just think it would be a heck of a lot better if they had their own feed and, you know, get,
would the public gain by that? Because we seem to be getting a
absolutely.
lot of complaints.
Yeah,
about that.
exactly. That's what we're trying to rectify is that. So they did their app, which is their first step, and my understanding is that that's working well when you can find
I
it and
actually got a
download.
good report from Mrs. Colbath, and
Okay.
yeah, she said it was very clear, and it's been working out pretty good for her, so.
So if we can give them this final tool where their feed is separate from us, it's just theirs, and it's a lot stronger, I think they should be okay.
Awesome.
It'll be a lot less too.
No.
Yeah.
It won't be 600 because
I stand behind you.
by doing the 100 meg for the whole town, you got all kinds of crap going on here, so
Yeah.
it would be, I think it'd be a heck of a lot easier for them to do that.
I stand with you.
But we're gonna investigate that. What was the date?
April 7th.
April 7th for the public hearing for the water precinct. All right, so the Conservation Commission, we had a meeting. They are working on the Prey Hill property. And we had discussion about town forester, and we also talked about the county forester. And Josh is here, so he can, if I'm speaking out of turn, he can fill you in. But I think at this point, we should let the county forester do this, because we don't have a town forester. And we probably ought to think about maybe, you know, because you're only gonna use it when you do these cuts.
So when you say county forester, is that a benefit that we would have with the $1 million that we pay the county?
It is. Yeah, we looked into the county forester previously, yeah.
Right,
So
so
it would be a benefit for us. We wouldn't have to, because, I mean, we pay the county a certain amount of money to be part of the county.
Correct.
That's awesome.
and what they do, Josh, correct me if I'm
So-
wrong, they come out and, if you want to speak to this, you can.
Yeah, so the county forester would come out and basically, they would go out there and mark out the trees that are gonna be harvested, and they create a management plan for the next 30 years, what, you know, and what we have to do in that 30 years as well, so there's maintaining that comes along with that, and it's a whole complete plan. You know, we probably had management plans in the past, I can't find them, but I'm pretty sure that they are here, Ralph could probably help me find them. But we've done nothing that I know of in the last 30 years to prepare for another harvest.
Yeah.
So we need to have, I think it's valuable for us to hire a town, maybe not a town forester, but we at least reach out to the Carroll County Forester, which is, I think, Webney Scribner, and we kind of try to do that. And then they would actually also help us with the timber tax contract, which I have that already, it's already out. But they would say, you know, anything less than 24 inches, anything 24 inches and up, we're gonna harvest, and we're gonna keep it looking, it's just not just the trees. The Carroll County Forester will look at everything, the soil, everything. So that's the benefit.
Will they do more than one piece, like,
Oh,
because you want Prey Hill?
That's
and-
the idea, is because I believe we did a harvest when we purchased the property. I'm not sure if there was no harvest done down at Union Meadows, but We have all these conservation properties, and as we continue to identify them, like whatever easements there are and whatnot, I think it's beneficial to at least, even if it was 3 cuts a year, I think it basically pays for itself. And like I said, I'm not sure where those funds go from that. I've never been part of a harvest before, but I'll obviously look into that. But yeah, we reached out to her. We had the Carroll County Forester come in. I've been working with her on the RFP, and that's really the suggestion. And if you're gonna do a municipality harvest,
No, I
Is that-
think that's great if we get a little something back for the $1 million that we spend.
well, there's a huge push right now for foresters and we in New Hampshire. So I can't see why we wouldn't reap some kind of benefit by trying to employ a county forester at that.
Yeah.
Because they need more licensed arborists and whatnot. That's a huge push right now for New Hampshire. So
Right, so on this piece of property, we'll just go with the county forester, is what,
yeah, and basically they'll work with the Conservation Commission in the town to come up
Right.
with a plan, what we're gonna do, and it's not, like I said, it's more than just the trees, it's the ground, it's, is there aquifers, is it all that stuff, it comes down to all that, and I think it's a great,
right.
because I'd like to know also what's in the ground that's valuable to us, and that's all our natural resources as a town, so.
Yeah.
And in the future, if anybody was to ever pull that, the town should reap the benefits of that.
Absolutely.
So they want us, but before the second meeting in June,
Yes,
We
that's
want-
when we
we
wanna have
wanna-
the RFP out.
they're gonna have the RFP.
Yeah.
They have a draft, they're working on the draft of the RFP.
To put it out for bid for harvesting.
Correct.
Yep,
They're working on that now. Rick will have that
yeah.
before this particular thing, and you can contact the county forester. Is there a charge for them now? Because Charlie's talking about, we pay them $1 million. Are they gonna?
Well, yeah, there is a charge. I don't know what that charge is gonna be. It's something, it could be up to 30 grand if you were gonna hire them for the year or something
Oh,
like that.
see, that's what that was my point.
But I don't know.
we're-
I'm just spitting that number out. That's
Yeah.
what I heard in the past.
I thought it was
We
way,
pay-
way less than
We
that.
pay the county
Yeah.
over $1 million for county stuff.
Yeah.
And I would think I would hope that would be a benefit
Yeah.
to the community.
Well, if they're only doing one parcel, it'll be a lot less, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I understand.
we're not keeping them for an entire year.
Right.
But at the same time, we do want to keep them for years because we want to follow through some minimal at least after the management plans are put together that they're continuously coming out and kind of checking maybe once a year or something to ensure that we're staying on top of our next harvest.
All right, so me just being devil advocate, I would look into
Oh.
the town benefit
Yeah.
for paying them $1 million. Oh,
I'm right there
we
with
pay
you.
$1 million
I'm right there
to
with
the
you.
county for something,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure what we get.
And not only that, we're helping the state's
Right.
plan with the
Exactly.
forester, so we should be, obviously, there's gotta be something there, and I'll find it.
I would think.
Yeah,
I know.
Well,
we will
we've
find
been
it.
kicking this can for like about two or 3 years now,
Yeah.
so we gotta move on
No,
it.
I think it's a good
We
idea.
have the timber contract is done, that part of it is done. Rick
Right.
is just looking at the
When's
scope
that
of it,
go out?
because,
When's the RP go out?
well, that would be June,
In June?
yeah.
Once the county forester comes here and determines what should be done.
Yeah, because there was
The
discussion
RFP will
about
go
should
out.
it be broken out into two, because I did it one scope, because really the project is, you need a town forester, and then you need somebody to come in and do the harvest, so really, I put it all as one. Rick is looking at it, breaking it down a little bit further, and, but yeah, we have a timber contract, I can give it to you, it's all per the RSA's and everything, it's all written out.
I think
And like it should have came to you probably the first time,
You're doing a great job.
but.
No, Good.
All right, so you're all set with that?
Yep.
Okay.
We won't spend 30, trust me.
Uh,
I'll get a grant if I need to.
No, I'm.
I hear you.
I feel every time we pay the $1 million, I'm just not sure what we get for that.
That's why when I see our value, when I ride down these friggin' roads.
you get the
it
nursing
blows my
home, you
mind.
get, what's that place up
You
there?
know, got a whole budget just like
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, just for the public's information, there are still openings for Berry Camp, and you have that link.
Yeah, it's on Facebook, so,
Yeah.
yeah, there was a big push, they didn't have enough girls this year, multiple age groups. I called them up, and, so we tried to get that put on the Facebook, so that we could try to you know, at the same time, maybe we can push some people there and maybe, you know, it benefits us in the end, but you never know. Try to fill these, conservation camps up, but yeah, the state is having a shortage of girls that are going into these conservation camps.
Okay. So the other thing is, Rick was gonna do some more, site walks for the lavender property. The other thing, just for the public's, you know, anybody in the public can contact these guys and volunteer to do some work with them and stuff like that, so. You know,
Work with,
cleanups and stuff like Gage Hill, they gotta go
Oh,
up there
I
and
see.
church that up a little bit with the signs and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there, if anybody interested and wants to help clean up some stuff. Yeah, they
There'll
can
be
be contacted.
activities all spring, summer, and fall.
Right,
We'll try to get something for every month, if not every other month.
and they will be, putting up the gate down at Union Meadows on April 1st.
Yep.
To keep the people off the road there for the mud season.
yeah.
And when was the opening back up?
It's probably gonna be end of May, or
Yeah.
maybe whenever it's dry,
Yeah,
basically, weather permitting.
that's all I got, Charlie.
Okay. I don't have anything, so, everything's been quiet with me.
How you feeling?
I feel decent,
Good.
not the greatest, but decent. With that said, I guess, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Great.